For 3 seasons now, Stephen Amell has been drawing his bow as the Emerald Archer on Arrow, and today we're taking a look at 7 things you might not know about Starling City's favorite vigilante. Up first, it's one thing to play an archer on television, and it's another thing entirely to become one in real life. On TV, all it takes is some semi-decent camera work, and you can look like a pro. But Stephen has actually wanted to use this TV experience to better himself. He previously told Collider, quote, "I want to shoot the show for a while and then go into archery competitions and see how good I can get. You have to relax when you're shooting an arrow. You can't be tense, and that just helps in your day-to-day life." So while seeing him in costume with a bow drawn might be a reason to panic, in the future we will be able to enjoy a calm and centered arrow slinging Amell. 2 thumbs up. Moving on to the 2 spot, let's go for a spin, shall we? In fact, there's a chance you might have already had your glutes enhanced by Stephen himself in real life. So when the star first began acting, he wisely held down a side job to remain financially stable and said side job was being a spin class instructor. He didn't wind up teaching long term, but it was indeed long enough that now people contact him via social media to say that they were in his class. Pretty crazy, right? And in the case of life imitating art, one of Stephen's first roles ever was playing a spin instructor on the Showtime series Queer as Folk. If acting, crime fighting, and peaceful archery don't pan out for this guy, he still has something major to fall back on. At 3, Stephen is a Hulkamaniac. Yeah, you heard me correctly. This guy apparently grew up on wrestling, and even though he plays a comic book character now, he was much more into wrestling magazines as a kid and actually describes himself as a massive fan. Hulk Hogan was one of his greatest influences, and Amell was actually present at the 1990 WrestleMania in Toronto when Hulk lost to the Ultimate Warrior, and we hear that Stephen was even brought to tears by his hero's downfall. Now these days, Stephen is very public about his desire to host Monday Night Raw, and he has even claimed that he would wear a costume or even wrestle himself if he has to. So maybe 2015 will be the year his dream comes true? We sure hope so. At number 4 on the list of things you didn't know about Mr. Stephen Amell, well, this dude is a family man. He is happily married to actress Cassandra Jean, who is a former pageant queen, being crowned Miss Corpus Christi back in 2004, a title previously held by Eva Longoria. Cassandra has appeared in series like CSI, Mad Men, and even Hannah Montana. Plus, she competed on America's Next Top Model in 2005, but she quit the competition after her long dark hair was cut short and dyed blonde. I gotta say, she looks pretty both ways. Now, Cassandra and Stephen were married on Christmas Day in 2012, and they renewed their vows less than a year later. They have a daughter named Mavi, and Stephen has stated that these are the only 2 women he will ever dance with. And now it's time to take a drink break. Now, did you know that Stephen and his friend Andrew Harding founded a winery called Knocking Point in Walla Walla Valley, which is a world-renowned wine region in Washington? Yep, their 3.5-acre vineyard takes its name from an archery term, and the comic book connection does not stop there, people. The wine's label was designed by Jim Lee, a comic book legend and one of the guys who runs DC Comics. And if that weren't enough, the winery has its own comic book and its own TV show called Dudes Being Dudes in Wine Country. Up next, let's talk social media. This guy is very personal with his fans, frequently taking time to respond to questions, displaying gifts and fan art he has given, making videos, and much more. He has recurring themes on his Facebook page with Meme Monday, Fan Art Friday, and then there's the ever-popular Lightsaber Saturday. He once told the Chicago Sun-Times, quote, "You are missing the boat if you don't connect with people via Twitter and Facebook. Being interactive with people and giving them things they can hold on to will sustain a much longer career for me because they will be invested in me." Stephen also stated on his Facebook page that one of the best parts of running his own page is that when people get snooty in the comment section, quote, "I can tell them they're acting like an a-hole. Works like a charm." I would like to do that too sometime, actually. And now at number 7 of the things you didn't know about Stephen, he has been an active person in promoting and supporting a variety of charities, including cancer. A portion of his winery proceeds go to that charity, and he's even allowed his likeness to be used as a t-shirt fundraiser for cancer research. He was recently spotted sporting a t-shirt that read "Sinceriously," which he describes as a campaign to get people talking, and what better way to get people talking than by creating a new word. The campaign actually benefits 2 charities, including Paws and Stripes, which provides service dogs for wounded U.S. military veterans with post-traumatic stress disorder and traumatic brain injury, as well as for Stand for the Silent, which helps to bring awareness to and combat bullying. So yeah, Stephen is pretty much a hero in real life too. So there you guys have it, 7 things you may not have known about Stephen Amell. You can click over here to check out 7 things you might not know about Arrow. But first, is there anything on our list that really surprised you? Or maybe you have a fun fact about Stephen that we missed? I don't know. You can share yours with us in the comment section below, or you can tweet us. That's at Clevver News, or I'm at Dana Ward Online. Until next time, I'm Dana Ward. Thanks so much for spending some time with us today.